The Black Dahlia Murder, Inside the Unsolved Case of Elizabeth Short. The Black Dahlia murder remains one of America's most chilling unsolved crimes. Explore the life of Elizabeth Short, the gruesome details of her death, suspects, theories, and why the case continues to haunt true crime enthusiasts. The murder of Elizabeth Short, better known as the Black Dahlia, is perhaps the most infamous unsolved murder in American history. In January 1947, Los Angeles was shaken when Short's body was discovered brutally mutilated in a vacant lot. The case quickly spiraled into one of the most sensationalized stories of the 20th century. Despite decades of investigation, books, films, and even supposed confessions, the killer has never been officially identified. What makes the Black Dahlia murder so haunting isn't just its brutality, but the endless mystery and speculation that surround it. Elizabeth Short was born on July 29, 1924, in Boston, Massachusetts. She grew up in a modest family but dreamed of becoming a Hollywood actress. Friends and acquaintances remembered her as strikingly beautiful, with jet black hair, pale skin, and a fondness for glamorous fashion. She moved to Southern California in pursuit of stardom, like many young women of the 1940s. However, Elizabeth's life was marked by instability. She drifted between jobs, stayed with friends, and often found herself caught between dreams and reality. By the time of her death at just 22 years old, she had already captured the attention of those around her, but tragically, it was her death, not her life, that made her a household name. The discovery, January 15, 1947. On the morning of January 15, 1947, a mother and her young daughter were walking through a vacant lot in Leimert Park, Los Angeles, when they stumbled upon a horrifying sight, the severed body of a young woman. Elizabeth Short's body had been cut in half at the waist. She had been drained of blood, leaving her skin ghostly white. The body was posed deliberately, with her arms raised above her head and a grotesque grin carved into her face. The gruesome crime scene was unlike anything the LAPD had ever encountered, and news of the murder spread like wildfire. Why the case shocked America. The brutality of the murder combined with Elizabeth's beauty and Hollywood aspirations made headlines nationwide. Newspapers dubbed her the Black Dahlia, a nickname inspired by the film Where the Blue Dahlia and her dark clothing style. The media frenzy surrounding the case blurred the lines between victim and spectacle. Reporters sensationalized every detail, from her personal relationships to unverified rumors about her lifestyle. In many ways, the press coverage shaped how the public perceived Elizabeth Short, less as a victim and more as a mystery to be solved. The investigation, chaos and controversy. The Los Angeles Police Department launched one of the largest investigations in its history. More than 150 suspects were questioned, but no charges were ever brought. Problems with the investigation. Police corruption. Some officers were rumored to have ties to organized crime and Hollywood elites. Media interference. Newspapers sometimes withheld or distorted evidence to sell more copies. Forensic limitations. In 1947, forensic science lacked DNA testing, making it nearly impossible to match evidence conclusively. Files reportedly went missing, tips were ignored, and the case quickly spiraled into disarray. The main suspects in the Black Dahlia murder. Robert "Red" Manley. A traveling salesman and Elizabeth's last known companion. He dropped her off at the Biltmore Hotel the night before her disappearance. Manley passed multiple lie detector tests and was eventually cleared. Dr. George Hodel. Perhaps the most infamous suspect, Dr. Hodel was a wealthy Los Angeles physician with a dark reputation. His own son, Steve Hodel, later claimed his father was the killer, citing evidence from old family photographs and secret recordings. Many true crime experts consider Hodel the most likely suspect. Leslie Dillon. A bellhop and aspiring writer who came under suspicion after writing letters that seemed to reveal intimate knowledge of the crime. However, he was never charged. Theories about the Black Dahlia murder. A Hollywood cover-up. Some believe Elizabeth was murdered by someone in the film industry and that powerful connections prevented justice. A sadistic serial killer. The surgical precision of the cuts led investigators to believe the killer had medical training. Could the Black Dahlia have been one of many victims? The George Hodel theory. Steve Hodel's extensive research argues that his father not only killed Elizabeth Short but may have been responsible for other unsolved murders in Los Angeles. Why the Black Dahlia case remains unsolved. Despite decades of investigation, the case remains cold. The main reasons include: lack of forensic technology in 1947, media interference and sensationalism, corruption and mishandling of evidence, the death of key suspects before DNA analysis became possible. To this day, the LAPD considers it an open case, but realistically, the chances of solving it are slim. The legacy of Elizabeth Short. Elizabeth Short's murder has inspired countless books, films, documentaries, and even art. She is remembered not just as the Black Dahlia but as a tragic symbol of Hollywood's darker side. True crime enthusiasts continue to debate theories, examine evidence, and search for the truth. Her story remains one of America's greatest unsolved mystery.